8-year-olds with retinol routines, pediatricians sounding the alarm, and TikTok moms calling it empowerment. Today, our AIs go head-to-head. Is child skincare self-care or psychological warfare? We've unleashed advanced AI models embodying a savvy parent influencer and a thoughtful child therapist to face off on one of the hottest beauty debates. Should kids even be on skincare routines? Throughout this showdown, our debaters will tackle some of the most pressing and controversial questions driving this trend. Are brands engineering insecurity in 10-year-olds? Can a preteen consent to a 12-step skincare regimen? Will tomorrow's kids outgrow skincare or be owned by it? Our 5 independent AI judges will score each round on logic, evidence, and impact. Stick around. Don't cheat by skipping ahead. Round 1 kicks off now with a bang. Let the showdown begin.
Not at all. Brands aren't creating insecurity, they're responding to it. Kids today face real pressures: early puberty, acne, and constant comparison online. Skincare helps them feel clean, confident, and in control. When brands offer gentle products just for tweens, they're not pushing beauty. They're providing smart tools kids actually need. Yes, some marketing goes too far, but that doesn't mean the whole idea is wrong. Would you rather your 10-year-old sneak anti-aging creams or use a proper face wash made for their skin? Self-care isn't vanity. It's hygiene, habit building, and self-esteem. Teaching kids about skincare isn't dangerous. It's responsible.
Our AI judges scored both participants based on 3 different criteria: logic and coherence, 30 points; evidence and accuracy, 40 points; impact and persuasiveness, 30 points. The scores that the judges gave the first response are as follows.
Are brands making 10-year-olds feel bad about themselves on purpose? Yes, they are, and it's really harmful. Companies know kids are still figuring out who they are and can be easily influenced. By showing pictures of perfect skin and faces in ads, they make kids feel like they're not good enough without using their products. This isn't just selling skincare, it's making kids insecure. Studies show that seeing these ads early can make kids unhappy with how they look, and even anxious or sad. Some people say skincare helps kids feel good and take care of themselves. But true confidence comes from feeling okay about who you are, not from trying to look like what companies want. Making kids focus on their looks too early stops them from growing healthy self-esteem and makes them think their value is only about how they look. This isn't empowerment. It's companies taking advantage of kids. You, on the other hand, just claimed brands are simply responding to insecurity. But if that's true, why are they marketing on platforms heavily used by 10-year-olds with flawless skin? Why are they using influencers barely older than their audience to sell must-have routines? If this is about hygiene, why not focus solely on education rather than pushing products? You say skincare builds self-esteem, so how do you explain the rise in body image issues among tweens that tracks with increased beauty marketing? And if the goal is habit building, why aren't brands just partnering with schools or pediatricians instead of using TikTok trends? Your response?
Look, brands go where kids are. TikTok isn't the problem, it's just where kids hang out. Using young influencers isn't shady, it's smart. Kids listen to people they relate to. You ask why not just teach hygiene? We should. But teaching without giving products doesn't work. You wouldn't teach brushing your teeth without a toothbrush, right? Same thing here. And body image issues, they come from filters, social pressure, and unrealistic beauty standards, not from using a gentle cleanser. Skincare can actually help kids feel better about themselves if done right. The goal isn't beauty, it's confidence and routine. Start young, keep it healthy, and stop treating skincare like it's some toxic secret. Of course they can, but let's be honest, most aren't using 12 steps. This debate exaggerates the problem. The average preteen with a routine is using maybe 2 or 3 products: a cleanser, moisturizer, and sunscreen. That's it. The 12-step narrative is a headline, not reality. Now, consent doesn't mean a kid makes decisions alone. Parents guide the process, just like with food, clothes, or tech. If a child can understand why they brush their teeth or wash their hands, they can understand why skincare matters. We already trust kids to learn hygiene and homework habits. Why draw the line at skincare? Some critics say kids are being pressured. But with the right support, skincare isn't pressure, it's structure. It teaches responsibility. It's 5 minutes at the sink, not a psychological crisis. The real danger isn't that kids are doing too much. It's that we're ignoring the fact they're already noticing their skin. If we don't give them safe, simple options, they'll copy whatever they see online. And that's when 12 steps become a problem. Let's give them tools, not fear.
Can a preteen really say yes to a 12-step skincare routine in a way that makes sense? Honestly, no, they can't. At 10 or 11, kids are still learning how their bodies and minds work. They might copy routines they see online, but that doesn't mean they truly understand what all those products do, or how using too much can hurt their skin. Some people might say, it's just fun self-care. But a 12-step routine isn't just washing your face, it's mixing strong stuff like acids and anti-aging creams. That's not safe for young, growing skin, and let's be real. Are they choosing it because they want to? Or because they feel pressure to fit in? Saying a preteen can consent to that is like saying they can agree to follow a strict adult diet they saw on TikTok. It's just too much, too soon.
You just asserted that preteens can't truly understand or consent to a 12-step skincare routine, yet you admit many kids copy what they see online. Doesn't that mean they're already influenced by external pressures making consent complicated? If acids and anti-aging creams are unsafe, why aren't stricter regulations stopping brands from marketing those products to kids? You say it's too much, too soon. But how do you define what's appropriate? Especially when kids face skin issues early on? If it's really about safety, why dismiss the benefits of simple, gentle routines that teach responsibility and self-care? Your response?
You just said many kids copy what they see online. So isn't that influence part of the problem? Not a reason to trust their consent? If consent is complicated by pressure, then pushing complex skincare on them exploits that confusion rather than respects it. You mentioned stricter rules, but the reality is regulations lag behind marketing tactics that glamorize these routines without clear warnings. Defining appropriate isn't subjective. It means age-appropriate care, like basic cleansing, not layered treatments with potent chemicals. Simple, gentle routines are fine, but a 12-step regimen is far beyond that. Teaching responsibility doesn't mean rushing kids into complicated skincare they don't understand. It's far more responsible to protect them from harm than to encourage risky habits.
We've debated if 10-year-olds are being sold insecurity and whether a preteen can truly consent to a 12-step skincare routine. Now, before the final round, will tomorrow's kids outgrow skincare or be owned by it? Ask yourself, is clicking subscribe a choice? Or have we already trained you into a routine too? Either way, it's one click. No retinol required.
Skincare isn't a trap. It's a tool for tomorrow's kids to take control, not be controlled. We live in a world where digital exposure starts earlier than ever. Kids face pollution, stress, and early skin changes. Teaching them to care for their skin builds habits that grow with them, not chains that bind. Just like teaching them to brush teeth or dress well, skincare is about respect and self-love. Critics warn kids will become owned by routines. But the truth is, kids who learn healthy habits early can make smarter choices later. They're less likely to waste money on fads or harsh products because they understand what their skin needs. Skincare evolves with them. It's a lifelong conversation, not a life sentence. Empowering kids now means less confusion and damage later. The goal isn't obsession, it's balance and confidence.
The truth is, the beauty industry is grooming kids to become lifelong consumers before they even hit their teens. Starting skincare routines too early teaches kids to see their value through products and perfection, not self-acceptance. Instead of growing out of these habits, many get trapped in endless cycles of buying, applying, and worrying about their skin. The predictable pro-argument is that early skincare builds good habits for life. But there's a huge difference between healthy hygiene and consumer dependency. When companies bombard kids with messages that flawless skin equals success and happiness, they create anxiety and dependency, not confidence. Kids deserve to learn self-love that isn't tied to creams or cleansers. Otherwise, we risk raising a generation owned by skincare, not empowered by it.
After 3 intense rounds, the scores show a consistent lead for the child therapist AI across all categories: logic, evidence, and impact. While the parent influencer AI made important points about choice and positive routines, the child therapist's arguments about exploitation, consent, and consumer dependency resonated more strongly with our AI judges. We hope you found this debate as captivating as we did. Thanks for joining us to explore whether kids should be on skincare routines. Stay tuned for more hard-hitting AI debates ahead. Thanks for watching.